I have a good message for you. And I'm so glad that I said Aries, and at the end of the reading, it confirms it with Aries. Like this energy has you feeling powerful. Going into the reading, I want you to acknowledge that the situation is kind of favoring you more. Separation needed to happen for a specific reason, for you guys to learn lessons. Yours more about growth, stability, and becoming foundational for yourself, them to mature, them to become more grounded, more emotionally available, and better within their character. Here's the thing, if they fail this lesson, there's no coming back from it. Yes, there is a slight chance of you guys reconnecting, but I specifically want to point this out for you. If this person does not do the internal work, there won't be any reward for them. But if you focus on stabilizing yourself the way that you have been doing so, guess what? The reward, you create the reward. Okay, so as I'm telling you, the situation kind of favors you a little bit more. Let's dive in, cabrones. Welcome to your reading with yours truly, El Tero Vaquero. Overall, guys, thank you so much for being here. Let's specifically see what's currently going on between you and your individual. Okay, so as of now, I ask you to please let me into the energy of my collective and let's specifically get started. As of now, I personally would like to know exactly what's currently going on in their energy, and I would like to know exactly how are they currently feeling. How are they both currently feeling about each other? As of now, I ask you, please let me into the energy of my collective. Please let me into the energy of my collective and their individual. How is their individual feeling about my collective? How is their individual feeling about my collective? Okay, Two of Wands signifies expansion, or maybe looking at you from afar. Okay. Three of Pentacles. They're evaluating things around them right now. I want to specific, yeah, they're 100% evaluating things around them right now. It could even be long distance. It could even be a long distance situationship or a long distance relationship of some sort. Or like maybe you guys met through online, right? But to me, it feels like they're evaluating their environment. Or one conversation that came up while you guys were together was that their environment wasn't healthy. Like the people around them, the energies around them, they were not healthy, right? Because to me, it feels like this individual desires to leave their hometown, or this person wants to travel, this person enjoys travel, or maybe you enjoy travel, right? But to me, it just feels like there's this underlying energy of wanting to go somewhere, wanting to move somewhere, wanting to explore something. So maybe when you and this person were together, or if you guys are currently still together, the one thing that you guys would always talk about was maybe travel, maybe travel, maybe travel, right? But as of now, I want to specifically know how is my collective doing? How is my collective doing? Oh shit. The Five of Swords, the Devil, and the High Priestess. Okay. High Priestess right here. You might also read tarot. You might also read tarot. Put the cards down. If you're pulling readings on yourself when it comes down to the situation, put the cards down. Why? Because it can read off your own perception, not the other person's, right? The reason being it's because the High Priestess signifies the divine, intuition, tarot, mystic. But having the Devil right here signifies attachment to that. So some of you guys, if you keep pulling readings on them, stop doing that, right? And then we also have the Five of Swords being shown right here. There's this underlying energy of you having to release control. You needing to release control. You needing to release some sort of ego regarding the situation. Or maybe you felt like this person's ego got in the way, or maybe you feel like I feel like this goes both ways. I feel like there's a few things within you that you know for a fact you could have done right by this person. And I feel like this person also realizes that they, in some form of way, could have done right by you, right? To me, that's like the underlying energy that's coming out. But it just feels like with the Page of Wands, Two of Wands, Three of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Devil, and the Five of Swords, there's a lot of conflict, there's a lot of tension between the both of you. There's a lot of conflict, there's a lot of tension, and to me, it personally feels like you guys can feel this. If you guys are no longer talking, you guys are not communicating, there's a lot of tension between the both of you. It's like if you guys are no contact, if you guys were to break no contact, you feel like it would start more issues than actually resolve anything, right? But one thing that I specifically want you to acknowledge that the high priest is being shown right here, the one that kind of carries more position of power is you. Because I want you to acknowledge that the high priestess is some form of higher archetype, right? Such as anything that has to do, sorry, anything that has to do with like maturity, stability, intuition, is it's a higher archetype, right? And the five of swords right here could signify that there was like this uneven energy because they're still in page of wands mode, right? So like they're still wanting to explore life. Sometimes maybe if you guys are no longer together, maybe you even feel like this person chose to walk away from you to kind of experience life. And the crazy part is that with the two of wands and with the three of pentacles, they're like in this mindset of like they feel like that you're always going to be there for them whenever they want. I don't know why I'm specifically feeling that energy. Like they feel like you're going to be there for them whenever they want. Like it feels like if you guys were to meet 2 years, a year from now, maybe a few months from now, you're still gonna be there for them. Right? But to me, it also kind of states that with the five of swords and with the devil and the high priestess, you do have this like dominating power over the situation. I really, really hope that you're not trying to manifest them. I really, really hope that you're personally not trying to manifest this individual, because I feel like the cards are coming out. 10 of wands, exactly. So if we were to reopen this, it would just bring forth more conflict. Look, you see, and it falls on your position. It falls right under the high priestess, the empress, and the devil. It's like these cards to me. It's like these. It's because I feel like you have really strong energy to you as of now. I feel like this Aries new moon or these transits happening right now have you kind of feeling in your power if you're an Aries. That's what I'm specifically feeling, right? The high priestess, the empress, your intuition has been like really, really, really on point. And if you're like doing any sort of working, it's like has been like hitting really, really hard, right? But the 10 of wands being shown right here to me as a situation, it signifies that there's a lot of conflict between the both of you guys energetically. And I feel like this is not, I'm telling you, look at this, it's crazy. The tower and the 10 of wands, there's a lot of conflict between the both of you guys energetically, right? There's a lot of tension. The tower, the 10 of wands, to me, it feels like there's something divinely intervene between the both of you. Something divinely intervened between the both of you. Like something didn't want this to advance further, or something didn't want this to keep going further. And the reason being is because the devil, the empress, the high priestess, this signifies growth and power. This signifies still having to expand. I feel like this person still has a lot of growth they have to do in their personal life. And like because there was this underlying energy of you wanting this person to become better, do better, maybe balance themselves out a little bit more, right? And it could have also felt like you were too demanding, or they think that you're way too demanding, or they thought that you were way too demanding. But then the 10 of wands and the tower or something had to like divinely end right here, so things would not have gotten worse, or things would have not fallen apart in a form of way worse, right? Give me more info, please. Exactly, because the strength signifies lessons, signifies being able to come out stronger from a situation. Okay, so to me, it feels like there was a few things within you that you still had to work on, still had to fix. And I feel like after this partnership, or maybe during this partnership, you were not really tapping into those energies. And I feel like now you have been more focused on your growth. You have been more focused on your power. And that's like the energy that's currently coming out. The page of wands, the two of wands, the three of pentacles, this signify, and going back to the beginning of your reading, I feel like this person is currently evaluating where they are at in life. And they're currently evaluating where they are currently living, what's currently happening in their reality, how things have played out for them, or how things are currently playing out for them, right? 10 of pentacles, the world, the queen of swords. 5 of wands, the queen of swords. Some of you guys are worried about finishing school. Some of you guys are kind of worried about finishing school. I feel like that's what's coming out. Some of you guys are kind of worried about finishing school. 10 of pentacles, 5 of wands, the world. It's like they didn't want you to keep investing into this, or they didn't want you to keep like adding energy into this because there was other important things you were supposed to give energy to, right? So I definitely do feel like there was some sort of divine intervention happening right here because it was going to derail you from a specific path of like stability, more fulfillment, and becoming the person that you have to become within yourself. It's like you were honestly thinking about sacrificing a few things for this individual, or you were thinking about sacrificing parts of yourself for this particular individual. 12:22 on the clock, by the way. And it's like the universe, spirit wanted you to remove yourself from this situation because it was going to derail you from your divine path, or it was going to derail you from something very wealthy, something very abundant for your future. Because I definitely feel like you're going to be able to have that with the 10 of Pentacles and with the world. But the Queen of Swords kind of states you have to set your own proper boundaries. You have to be very foundational within yourself, right? But I definitely want to know what's their lesson, because there's conflict. So there's a lot of tension between you and them. I feel like they're also in like this place mentally where they fear kind of not getting to enjoy a new version of you, because if you and this person are no longer together, there has been a lot of change, a lot of evolution in your character, and you feel like if you're together, you feel like if you were to leave, that would happen for you. You know? A lot of tension between you and this individual right now. Like your energy feels like the universe had to derail you from them so you're able to build something more foundational, be able to build something more better. But how do they come to play? That's what I want to see. How do they come to play? Right? Because it feels like with the Five of Swords and with the Five of Wands, like the underlying energy that's coming out of very, 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 very strongly is that now there's conflict. Now there's struggle. Now there's difficulty. Right? Keep in mind, I told you they're evaluating their friendships. I also feel like this individual is an overthinker. I feel like this person is an overthinker. And I'll tell you right now, they're evaluating where they are at right now. You have the Queen of Swords, they have the King of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. This person has to do a lot of growth and a lot of like emotional healing for something good to happen in their reality. That's the thing. That's what I'm personally feeling. And it's still there. To me, it feels like this person still thinks that you're going to wait for them. Like this person still thinks that you're going to be there, you're going to be there for them whenever they want or whenever they're ready. You know? And like the King of Swords, the King of Cups, to me, this is coming out with like the underlying energy that they have to do a lot of growth. They have to do a lot of self-reflection to be able to have something good for themselves. Give me just a bit. My cards fell. Got them back, right? And they have to grow, they have to change. And I feel like your growth, your evolution, the change that you're creating within yourself with the world, the Queen of Swords, the Empress, it's what's going to force a change within them. It's what's going to force a change within them. But they're very, very conflicted because they see this shit as a competition in some form of way. I don't know why I feel like this person always thought that they had to be better. They were going to be better. And if they broke up with you, their first thought was that they were going to be okay. They were going to win. They were going to one-up you. You could have gone completely silent, which has them freaking out, or you have gone through some sort of evolution that has this person questioning the narrative they told themselves. Now I understand the different paths. Now I understand the divine intervention because this was supposed to help this person with their growth. It was supposed to help this person with their evolution. And now they're really second guessing whether what they did was right. But again, it's all part of a process to help them grow, help them advance. And while you're building stability, while you're building something foundational for yourself, that's what matters as of the moment. What matters as of the moment that you are building something with character, you are building something that's going to kind of keep you with structure, right? But now this person is currently in their head. Now this person is currently in their head because they thought that they were going to be the ones to win, or they think they're going to be the ones to win. They think they're going to be the ones to advance, but in reality, you're going to be the one that's going to create a path faster. Okay, so they could have been the ones to walk away. Eight of Cups, right? But they're all like this could also signify they're in their own specific journey. Like they're in their own specific journey trying to figure things out, but it's coming in with struggle. It's coming in with some form of struggle. Like, look, I also feel like this person doesn't feel like they're worthy of building something stable. That's the thing. They're not satisfied with their reality. Look, you have the Temperance. The Temperance signifies trying to find balance, trying to find equilibrium, but they're not satisfied with their decisions as of recently. They're not satisfied with their decisions as of recently. They don't feel too well. They don't feel too good, right? The energy is basically coming out that there was a forced separation or there's going to be a forced separation. You're going to evolve or you're evolving into what they desire, what they want, what they need. And that's going to force them to grow the fuck up. That's going to force them to evolve. And it's going to be up to them, not only up to you. Because if they don't do any of these changes, nothing different is going to happen. Nothing will eventually evolve, right? So to me, the cards are kind of stating, or the cards are coming out with like this very heavy underlying message that there's a lot of energetic friction between the both of you. It's because you're supposed to serve them as a lesson. And depending if they're able to proceed with the lesson, you will get a reward. You might get a better version of them, and they might get the version of a life that they have always desired. But it depends on them, not only on you. So literally, it's like the universe, God, spirit saying, if you fail, you fucking fail and you don't get any form of reward at all. But again, it's like the backbone. It's like the situation is kind of favoring you in a little bit more because you're kind of focused on stabilizing yourself. You're focused on building something foundational, right? So it's like the situation in some form of way is favoring you. The situation in some form of way is definitely favoring you more, way than it favors them. Way more than it favors them. We have a Gemini. We have Taurus. Gemini, Taurus. We have Sagittarius. We have Virgo. And then we have Aries. Aries energy. I said Aries. Remember? I said Aries. I said all these transits, all these Aries new moons, they got you feeling powerful. It's my Aries pendant, by the way. Literally, that's all. Literally, it confirms my message. It confirms my message. Evolution. Evolution is supposed to happen from this. If they fail their evolution, they don't get the reward. It favors you more because in some form of way, you're building yourself up. You're building your character. You're becoming stronger and you have something foundational with or without them. Se me cuidan, cabrones.